Okay, I have a question for you all today. I want to know, is chivalry dead? Are the days of men holding doors for women, paying at dates, and carrying heavy things, are those days long gone? Today I went to pick up my kids from school, and while I was walking down the hallway going to one of their classes, there was this couple, a young girl, she must have been about maybe 16 or so, and the boy was about 16 as well. And they were both carrying books. He did have more books than she had, but she had a few books. And she dropped her books. And he looked at her and laughed while she stood there trying to pick up her books. And I said to him, I said, "Aren't you a gentleman? Are you going to help her with her books?" And he said to me, "That's old school. We don't do that anymore." And I was really surprised. And I said to him, I said, "Well, humor me. Can you help her with her books, please?" So he went down and he helped her with the books. And in fact, he took all the books and he began to carry them at that point. And she turned around to me and said, "Thank you." Now, I was surprised, because that is that's normal, what do you call it? That's common courtesy. If someone drops something, you bend down to pick it up. That's common courtesy. That has nothing to do with being a gentleman or anything like that. But then I began to question myself. I notice people, when someone is going through a door, gentlemen don't hold the door for you anymore. They let the door close in your face. Or when someone's carrying strollers up steps or something like that, nobody stops to help them anymore. And have we as women become so independent that we don't want anything from a man? Even such things as common courtesies or such things that were considered being respectful and treating us with respect. I still like to have doors held for me. I still like to have meals paid for when I go out, even though he pays, I do the tip. Sometimes we switch it up, but those things were considered chivalrous back in the day. And is that old school? Is that all done with? Are we done with that? Do women no longer want that? Is it the older generation that still says, "Hey, hold the door for me," and the younger generation, "I can get the door for myself," which is fine. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any problems with that. But I believe that there are certain male and female roles and certain things that should be done. As a woman, you want to feel protected when you're out with someone, whether it's on a date or it's your husband or whatever it is. You want to feel protected with that person. And when a guy says to you, "Hey, you walk on this side of the street and let me walk where the cars go," that's a form of protection. When he's holding that door for you, that's a form of protection. Paying for meals, that's a form of taking charge and protection. And do we not want that anymore? Do we not teach that to our young women anymore? I still teach my boys. I have 3 boys, 11, 12, and 13, and I teach them to pull the chairs out for their sisters, to hold doors for their sisters and for me. I teach them to do those types of things because I want them to have that. That is, like I said, it's a form of respect for women. I think it's the beginning of teaching respect for women, for young men, and God knows that's what our young men need today. So I would like to hear from you ladies and a couple of you men. Do you think chivalry is dead? Has our generation or the generations coming up behind us gotten to the point where, it's a I do for myself generation? I don't need your help. I don't need anything from you. I'm independent, and that's what it is. Like I said, in my opinion, I think that we still should be teaching those types of things to our young men as well as our young women, teaching them to want that from a man, to want someone to give them that sort of respect and that sort of love, to care that much about them, to do those things for them. But like I said, hey, this is 2011. It's a new generation. It could be just my old school ways, as I was told, even though I don't think I'm that old, but he said I was old school, so hey, it could be that. Or it could be words of wisdom. Is it just lip service from me, or is it words of wisdom? You choose, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thank you.